Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. Today I want to talk about ECOMI. The ticker symbol is called OMI, O-M-I. I just want to give my little technical analysis and my predictions for what I see is going to unfold over the next handful of days, weeks. At the moment it is currently trading upwards in this upsloping channel, aka a bear flag. Had that FTX move down into that bear flag, and it's just been trading range bound at the moment in between about 0.308 of a cent, so a pip of a cent, so it's not 0.8 of a cent, it's currently trading below that. And then you're talking about that 1/10 cent of a range. So at the moment it's been stuck in this channel for the last handful of weeks, 119 days as we speak, so it's not doing anything too exciting. Now the technical move of this bear flag, if we move this trend line right here to the top of that candle close to the bottom, and we move this down to the bear flag, if we were to break today, let's say around here this week, you're talking about that 0.3055 level, so a tenth of a cent, 55, 3 zeros, 55. At the moment, you also have this key resistance line, and you've got that 50-day moving average that's currently converging with it. It's pretty snug up close there, as you can see. Now, at the moment, you can see it held as support here. It then flipped into resistance, and then it held it as another time as resistance. And just recently, 3-4 weeks ago, it tried to have another crack at that level. So it's kind of like if you were to run into a door, trying to break down the door, ramming into it, you're probably not going to, get the door flat on its face the very first attempt, but the second or third attempt, the fourth attempt, you're increasing your odds of a breakthrough to the upside. That goes the same if you were to hold a level as support for, let's say, 3 or 4 touches. It's most likely going to break that support level and it's going to move down, and it does the same as a resistance. Now you can also see you've got this other trend line here that currently sits at about almost 0.2 of a cent, that 0.2018 level. Held it as support back here, then it flipped it into resistance here and here. You can also see I've added the volume defined support levels, support and resistance. Now at the moment you can see we're currently trading within a volume. Lots of people have brought ECOMI down below this level here. That's at about 2017. You can also see lots of people brought in between here, about 0.2 of a cent up to almost 0.4 of a cent. In between that area, and then you can see lots of people brought this triple top up here when ECOMI was trading at 0.8 of a cent, and then you can see it had that big move down. Now these areas here, that's at about almost 0.5 of a cent and 0.8 of a cent where it had that triple top. Both those lines, those trend lines, they will act as key resistance levels. So if we were to push up there today, or in the coming weeks or months, I will expect those levels will be met with some heavy resistance. At the moment in the short term, the thing to watch is this trend line here. It's down sloping. You guys can put it in your charts if you want. And you also want to add in this trend line here that sits about 2018. Now, I want to flip over to Google real quick, and I want to show you something that I find very interesting. So some of you would know yesterday, Facebook announced that they're going to be ending support for NFTs on both Instagram and Facebook. So Mark Zuckerberg spent billions of dollars on trying to build his metaverse, and he even changed his name to Meta from Facebook, tried to amalgamate everything underneath that one name. And now, I don't know, people, he spent billions of dollars. Some of the investors, his share price, Facebook did have a massive pullback. Some people saying he was just burning cash, it was a waste. You can also see here, this is the Google Trends. So I've added in big keywords like NFT, NFTs, Metaverse, OpenSea, Web3. You can see back here in January last year, that was when NFTs topped. You can see it had that quick collapse down into March. And then now you've had that death cleanse, as you can see now, that very slow, long downward grind to the bottom. Everyone's going to be thrown in the towel, capitulating. I kind of see it here as a bottoming signal, because big money or big institutional money, you could say, is leaving the space. So you could pick up ECOMI here at a pretty cheap price, but I do expect it's currently in a bear flag, so I do expect the odds favor a downward move here for ECOMI. You can also see no one's typing in those keywords, so I don't expect any big moves within NFTs or anything, because if you start seeing NFTs tick back to the upside here, you're going to see ECOMI starting to trade at higher and higher levels because it, you know, brushes off onto other things. You will also see like Decentraland, Sandbox, those other NFT type games will also increase in value for their tokens. As you can see here, here's an article published by CoinDesk. You can see Meta will end support for NFTs on Instagram and Facebook. So that's some pretty big news they made the other day. But anyway, guys, that's what I see for ECOMI. Leave some comments below what you guys think is going to happen. But anyway, guys, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the very next video. GameX out. Peace.